guys. We got a lot of ground to cover in 5 minutes. So this takes place back in college, upstate New York. It's spring break, which takes place in February, which is not spring in upstate New York. My friend and I decided to go on a road trip because we're kind of last-minute planners, and our plan is basically we're going to go up to Montreal, drive down the East Coast. We're going to stop at different places. Without any plans, we're just going to try to find some ladies who are going to put us up for the night. So there's various adventures along the way, but I'm going to stick to Boston. So after spending the night in Bates University, spending the night with the Bates University women's rugby team, which is great for my friend Fernando because he kind of likes the thicker ladies. We end up in Boston, and right away we get to work. We end up at at this coffee shop, and this beautiful young lady, who's our waitress, says she's going to put us up for the night in her dorm room in Boston College or whatever. So we're like, great. We got a lot of time now. Usually it takes a little while to find a lady to put us up for the night, but so we go over to Harvard, fuck up some smart kids, and we come back at 10 o'clock when her shift's done, and her boyfriend's waiting there because apparently she doesn't like the idea of two random dudes hanging out in her dorm room for the night, but whatever. So we finally end up at some bar, and we don't realize that Boston, I don't know what time it closes, but it closes pretty early. We're from New York, so New York closes at 4 o'clock, so we weren't really expecting that. But we basically slowly work our way down the ladder of women. Getting rejected along the way because I think our desperation is coming through until we finally meet these two very high-class ladies named Delilah and Portia, and they basically say, yeah, you can stay at our place. We live just outside the city, but you have to buy us some IHOP first. So we stop at the IHOP and buy them some food, and at this point it's like 2 in the morning, and we keep driving out, and now we're like an hour and a half outside of the IHOP, which is already outside of the city, and we're driving down these dirt roads. It's terrifying. I'm thinking we're going to get murdered by a couple of these ladies, but Fernando is totally psyched because he really likes Portia, and I'm being the wingman. I'm trying to be supportive. And we end up at this house in the middle of nowhere. And the girls ask us to hide the car up the road. There's a few red flags that should have gone up. IHOP being one of them. But we end up basically going into this house, and we're trying to be quiet because we don't have to wake up their roommates. I'm sitting there on this lazy boy chair, and I'm tall. But this lazy boy chair had this metal frame attached to the bottom, so my feet are actually hanging off the edge. And I asked Portia, I say, whose chair is this? And she says, oh, that's my dad's chair. So her roommates was her father, who's probably about 7 or 8 feet tall based on the size of this chair, and he's not supposed to know that we're there. And we say, well, where are we going to sleep? They're like, oh, it's okay, we have a trailer in the backyard, and you can sleep there. Fine. It's February, by the way. So, and they don't want to turn the heat on because that would turn on the light, and then the giant dude who doesn't know that we're supposed to be there will find out that we're there. So they put us up for the night. It's now like 3:30 in the morning. Fernando and I have to share a bed together, and it's really, really cold. And they're going to wake us up basically at 9 in the morning when everybody else is gone. They're going to cook us pancakes. Awesome. I'll try to make this fast. So Fernando and I, we wake up at 7 in the morning. We're cuddling at this point. I can't feel my legs. Fernando just can't stop shaking. And we're both looking at each other. We're not going to make it to 9 o'clock for pancakes. I don't care how cute you think Portia is. And so I'm like, we got to get out of here. So we realize that we have to make a run for it. So we kick open the door to the trailer and start running. Now I'm running towards the car, towards the street where the car is. Fernando is confused and he's running the other way. So I stop and I'm like, Fernando! Everything when I remember it is in slow motion. So, but Fernando stops and I'm like, the car's this way. But then just as I say that, this giant white dog comes running around the side of the house. And I mean, like, it looks like it's from, you know, like Polar Bear City, or it's huge. And then he starts running. I'd never seen him run that fast before. But luckily the dog had a chain. He almost got bit, but just got that. So once he caught up to me, I look over, and I'm looking at the porch. And behind the porch is a sliding door. And there is their dad, the roommate. And he's the brawny man. Like, huge. And he starts getting up. He's eating breakfast or something. I don't know what he eats for breakfast, but children or something. But he's huge. So we start running. We hear the screen door slam, and we get in the car. We hear his car door slam, and we start driving away, and cutting down all these left and right turns, dirt roads everywhere. And we end up on some weird access road onto the highway, and then we get stuck at the toll booth because we didn't have the right ticket or whatever. Anyway, we got away. And the moral of the story is that if a girl asks you to buy her IHOP before to sleep over, you should probably not do that.